and I think we need to come back to that word equivalent in the goodness of time, because when you look at, again, I've just taken a note of the date, the original construction dates, which is the critical date for the Fred Olsen fleet, and it's between 1974 and 1977 for all of them. So these rigs are, 80, 92, over 40 years old. The original hull, all of them. And that's a significant part of the issue, at least in my mind, behind Transocean's decision to get rid of the Songa Trim. It's 10th generation, it's an Aker H3, and Diamond's decision to scrap out the Ocean Princess and the Ocean Nomad, similar generation of unit. And they've obviously taken the view, that's Diamond and Transocean, that they do not believe there's any commercial or financial sense in ploughing in a whole bunch of money, and we'll come to the numbers that Fred Olsen has put into the public domain some time back about the cost that they've paid to keep their rigs in service by way of special surveys, or as they call it, I think, class renewal, they call it CRS, class renewal surveys, and the costs for that. So for me, the issue about the older rigs, I think, bar none, in the Olsen fleet, in other words, the Aker H3s, that is a very, very difficult issue to manage and make some commercial and financial sense of, at least in my own mind, on a go-forward basis. And the Blackford Dolphin's the only rig they've got working right now, working for BP, perhaps through into the fourth quarter, but certainly working into the third quarter in the UK this year for BP. Latest fourth quarter. Then all rigs idle again unless they pick up a contract for another one in the meantime. So a very, very difficult position that they've arrived at, both on Dolphin. One of the other things, I don't know whether you're asking me, Piotr, about the fair market sale and purchase value.
Right. So basically, when I look at their fleet, right? So they have this, other than the drill ships. So they have Borgland, which was built in 1999.
No, it was originally built in 1977 and upgraded in 1999, 2000. Yeah, something like that. Yep. Let me update this. The original construction date of the Borgland was 1977. Originally put in service. Okay.
And and then they have Bradford, which was, I think, 1980.
Well, again, original date in service according to Dolphin. Looking at their information on their site, they said 1976. Who's going to argue that 4 years, neither here nor there? It's an elderly hull, yes, and that's they're quoting the Bradford as non-core, huh? These days. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So right. Okay, so basically all these rigs are more than 40-year-old. So basically what you're saying is that those upgrades they made, right, in 2014, 2015, is that worth anything?
Well, that's the question. There are two or three aspects to that, of course. Is it worth anything in terms of if Fred Olsen was just to wash his hands of all of this and say, we need to get out of this business. It's, losing tons of money. We've made some money. Now it's losing loads of money every month. We need to get out of this. What would be a reasonable estimate of the value were we to try and sell, say, the Bideford, the Borgland, and the Byford? And I've had a look at recently at the information that's available in the public domain in Basso Offshore, who publish likely fair market value for these units and others, all of them. And it's interesting to note that of the Bideford, Borgland, and Byford, they've quoted them all in the 20 million to 29 million. This is Basso, fair market value estimate. They've quoted between 20 and 29 million between a willing buyer, assuming Olsen's a willing seller.
Sorry, whose quote was that?
This is Basso Offshore, BASSOE Offshore.
Sorry, BAS?
Double